Oh, okay. Sorry. LaTrell, looking at the way the defensive line is coming together, Coach Pruitt sang high praises for you and Matthew Butler the other day. What is your instincts in trying to pick up the other guys and being a guy that's going to go in there and just grind every single day for the reps? So what do you guys have to do to get better? And then how do you think the defensive line is coming along?
I say one thing that we have to work on would be like our details, like at the point of attack and knowing what play we're gonna get, where the running back is. But Coach Brumbaugh and all the other coaches are doing a great job of making sure that we understand that by doing things extra and things like that. And what was the other question?
The other defensive linemen, trying to motivate them, keep them going, and doing as best as y'all can.
We just always try to lean on each other and give words of encouragement because sometimes everybody has like a bad day here and there. So we just always try to be positive.
We'll go to Luis Fernandez, followed by Matthew Ray.
LaTrell, now that you have had an official entire season under your belt as a defensive lineman on this team, how is this off season different in terms of preparation for you? How much more comfortable are you at this position?
I'll say I'm a whole lot more comfortable, but I'm still like not where I want to be at. But each day I just keep working to strive to get where I'm at. But I do think that with all the help around here, I will reach my goal and be there.
And if I may follow up really quick, LaTrell, what is that goal? What do you want to achieve at this position?
I'll say as a D-line, I'd like for us to be top 5 in the whole NCAA and really be the number 1 in SEC football.
Matthew.
LaTrell, you've kind of had to learn on the go moving over to the defensive line position. This has been a weird offseason to say the least for, especially these freshmen coming in. What have you been able to tell them and how have you been able to kind of help them along as they've tried to settle into this program?
Really meeting extra. And I think we got to come in early in June, I think. And I think we worked like 4 or 5 days each week. So a lot of extra work. And just communicating back and forth and try to talk to each other like on a daily basis and ask each other like, what do you need help with and anything that you need help with, just try to guide them in the right direction.
We'll go to Jimmy Himes, followed by David Ubben. Jimmy, you there? All right, let's go to David.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
It's screwed up. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Just talk about the journey that you have had that has led you to the defensive line, the journey you've had at Tennessee.
The first 2 years I was at tight end, and then Coach Pruitt pulled me to the side, and he thought that for my best it'd be for me to go to defensive line. So really, I just trusted him and been there ever since.
David.
LaTrell, how do you guys measure success, especially with Coach Brumbaugh, and what do you think it's going to be like for you guys first year with have Coach Rocker on the opposite sideline?
What was the second part?
You guys will have Coach Rocker on the opposite sideline. What do you think that's going to be like?
I think it'll be like high intensity and things because we all just take it as another game. And then Coach Brumbaugh, he's going to have us prepared in the best way that we can be. And I do believe that we'll be up to par.
And how do you guys measure success? What are the points that you guys point to say we've done well?
Each day, say like for yesterday, we want to go out today and not mess up on the things that we did yesterday. Like find a new mistake to make and not just keep making the same thing over and over again.
Thanks.
Other questions? We'll go to Blake, followed by Patrick Brown.
Yeah, LaTrell, as you step into a veteran role here and asked to be a little bit of a leader, is that something that comes naturally to you, or how do you go about approaching that leadership role, as a veteran?
As a leadership role, I like to lead by example because a lot of time I'm not always the most vocal person. But here lately, I've been trying to work on like speaking up and picking others up. 'Cause a lot of times, like not saying that the people don't really understand what you might be coming across as. So I say this year I've been working on speaking up and becoming a better leader.
Patrick?
LaTrell, you guys were separated, I guess, for as a team for 3 months. What was the hardest part or the biggest challenge of not being in the complex and being, I guess, at home those 3 months while you guys were separated?
I say the biggest part would be like getting work, because in some areas, like not a lot of gyms are open, but like, luckily for where I was at, the gyms are open, but I didn't really have anybody to work like the techniques or the fundamentals, so I was just kind of lifting weights. So I say from the football aspect, it would have been like technique and just getting ball in, but we got it in mentally by meeting every day, so that helped out too.
All right, we'll go to Jimmy Himes.
LaTrell, what has been the most difficult part of this pandemic for you? What's been the biggest challenge for you?
I'd say biggest challenge would be when we was away getting in field work, because I could go to the field, but I really didn't have anybody there to like walk me through things and stuff. I could watch film, but I think doing stuff in person, you learn a whole lot better that way.
Last question, we'll go to Wes Rucker. Wes?
Can you hear me?
I can. Yep, we're good.
LaTrell, when you were early in your career, you were a guy who could really get in, to the backfield. You were known as a guy who was a good pass rusher at the position. What about, developing as an overall player, kind of with run support and every down? How do you feel like you've grown in that area?
I think I've grown a lot because now I understand like the runs and stuff, so that makes me play faster and be able to play the runs better. Which back then I wasn't really sure. I guess you could say I was kind of guessing, but now I have a better idea and I can just play at full speed.
Thanks, LaTrell. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.